party, one more special occasion. Do it Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, holidays and weekends. We can have one more party. There's more help should be raising. One more party now, one more party tonight. More party, one more special occasion. Do it Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, holidays and weekends. We can have one more party. There's more help should be raising. One more party now, one more.
Hi everyone, it looks like we're sat here all organised waiting for the off, doesn't it? That is not the case.
Not the case at all.
We've been frantically looking round for my stamps, you know, the Tidbits stamp. I don't know where it's gone. It's missing in action. But we've been frantically pulling drawers out and checking through them, and yeah, we can't find them. Anyway, today is Dangle Day.
Dangle Day?
Dangle Day, I say. But don't get too excited because it's a 2-day dangle fest. We're going to make component parts before we put the dangles together. So today we're going to make 2 of the component parts, and then tomorrow we'll make the other one and we'll assemble them. So today will be a shed load of repetition. But the first bit's a bit boring, but the second bit's a bit more exciting, I think. Anyway, we're never going to get there if we don't crack on, are we?
No, crack on. Lass.
So, right, sheet of plain paper. Well, it's cream and it's that slightly thicker stuff that I use, the 160. And I've looked at my label stamps. So these are the Elizabeth Craft ones. This is CS133 Retro Labels, and this is CS326 Retro Labels 2. And I reckon they'll probably do us for all the labels we need, I would say. So I'm just going to go stamping, but I want to stamp in various colours. So I've got Portobello out, which is a kind of a, well, it's a mushroom colour. Shady Lane, yeah, I love Shady Lane. Sand Dune, you all know about. And I've looked out Strawberry because we've got Mr. Ginger, haven't we, to deal with. We've got a couple of pages with Gingy on. I've got my black, of course. I've got some blue and some brown. So I'm going to stamp with those. So I've got Miss P out the gutter. She's ready to go. Let's get cracking. So I'm just going to stamp these out and then we'll worry about what's going to go in them after that. And if we get a misstamp, don't worry, we just won't use that one. So let's start with, what should we start with? Shady Lane, my favourite. Let's start with that. Mr. F's still ratching around looking for the stamps.
You must have put them somewhere.
Exactly, I must have done. Not a great stamp. Not a great first stamp. Oh. But we're getting better. So I think I probably want maybe 6, do you think, of each one? Would that be enough for a whole journal? That's 3. And don't worry, I won't make you watch me cut them all out and stuff. 4. 5. That's a bad one. 5. I'm in too much of a rush, you see. 6. Well, if it works at 6. Yeah, great. So that's that. Let's get a wet wipe out. I think these wet wipes might be getting a bit on the dry side now. But I have a new pack. So I'll take the green off that because we'll be needing this stamp again, I think. Ah, just dawned on me, all my greens are the same same size. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted some that were a different size, but not too big either. Have I got anything in here? That might do. Let's take these out. So how is everyone today? I hope you're all doing well. See, that's a nice long one, isn't it? And that's nice as well. So yeah, I forgot that I needed different sizes and stuff. Let's put that one back. So let's ink this longer one up. So I'll just do a couple of colours till you get the gist of what I'm doing. It is boring. It's not boring when you're doing this on your own. It's really pleasurable actually. You just get something on a podcast or whatever takes your fancy. 2 of those will do. And come off. These are very clingy cling stamps. No. And I'm going to do a couple of these really large ones as well. What you got in your hand? Christmas stamps. I'm still waiting for, I ordered some, that fit in there? No. Eyelets yesterday, so I'm waiting for those to come. So if the doorbell comes, don't jump. It's just my eyelets. Lovely, one more of those.
Your boyfriend from Amazon?
Yeah. He's my regular. So that's fine. That's all the green that we could possibly need, I would have thought. So let's just clean that off. Put the lid on the green. Put the green to one side. In fact, let's put it away. Oh, let's not do that. Let's not put it away because I might need it to stamp something inside it. Come on. So let's go to this square one. That's a different shape. I quite like the ones with the corners knocked off, but and what colour shall I go for now? Shall I go for Portobello? Let's try black. Because I think black fits in with most things, doesn't it? Wow, that's a nice stump. I'm just going to do, I think just 3. I think I got a bit carried away with the green. That's probably sufficient of that shape.
Do you think the little Miss P needs dress freshening up? She
Yeah.
looks a bit shabby after spending too much time in the gutter.
she does look a bit shabby actually, which is probably quite near the reality mark.
Yeah.
No, I've just got out of the shower, so...
If only a coat of paint would freshen you up, eh?
I know, wouldn't it be great? Imagine going through the spray booth.
Look like Ross.
Yeah, on Friends.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me, it's Jania's birthday today. Nothing to do with Ross and the spray tan, just she likes Friends. There we go. One of those is probably sufficient. And maybe one longer one. One of these that we did before.
I think a funnier one than that, though, is probably the leather pants.
Leather pants is hysterical. It's hysterical. Makes me laugh just thinking
You've got to
about
be
it.
desperate when you phone Joey for advice.
Exactly. Who said talcum powder, didn't he?
Oil first. I
Oh
think,
yeah, oil, then
talcum
talc.
powder.
Yeah. Yeah, that was going to work. That's not the best of stamps, to be fair.
You wait to hide them this time, haven't you?
I know I've done really well. My guess is they're somewhere around here, because that's the only place we haven't really searched.
It's true. But you know, we need a 3-man crew to tackle your desk.
Yeah, I know, and somebody to hold the feet while you go in. Right, so what colour shall we do now? What have I got here? Blue and brown. Brown? Should go for a bit of brown. It's just dawned on me that on the you can't really see the difference between these colours. Let's try this little fella here.
Belinda likes the one where they kept saying pivot when moving a couch in the stairwell.
Yeah, pivot. Pivot. That was funny. Yeah, you're right, Belinda. That was so funny. Pivot. Oh my goodness me, that makes me laugh. And this brown is so dark, it's really difficult even for me sitting here to tell the difference between the brown and the black, to be honest. Sorry, I've got pivot on the brain now. Pivot! I'm not going to proceed with the brown because it's just so similar to the black. Oh dear. We're watching King of Queens at the minute, and that has some good lines in it, to be honest with you. Right, I'm going back to this square one, and I'll do a couple in blue. I don't know what we've got in the journal that's blue, it's just, I felt I should do some blue. I think I'll get that one up there actually. Oh, look at that. It's so bright and nice. I don't know if we're going to use it. Possibly, possibly not. Who knows? But I like it anyway. I'll get that one in there. Ooh, that's mighty close to that other one. Oh no, it's not so close. Looked worse. One more. We'll call it done at that. Because unless the postal flip out that we did, unless that needs any, I can't think of anything else that we need blue for. So I've done the brown, I've done the green, I've done the blue, I've done the black, I've still got the mushroom colour, the sand dune and the red. The red I might put on one side because I think I might want to do it on craft actually. So I've got sand dune. Let's try that, see if it actually works.
Dawn says hi from California.
Hiya, Dawn, California.
She
Wow.
just discovered you and enjoy watching you.
Oh.
I'm learning so much. I'm fairly new to junk journaling.
Oh, well, welcome, welcome. I don't suppose you're going to learn... Well, you might. The second bit's quite interesting. This bit's a bit dull. Oh, yeah, look at that. That's lovely. I love that. This sand dune is a total revelation to me. I absolutely adore it. And if it's not on your list, it needs to be on your list because it's gorgeous. Let's find a different shape. This long one, for example. I think this would go in any dangle, wouldn't it? You know. The blue, maybe not so much, but this definitely. Nope, I have to go that way. One more. Then I'll stop. You alright?
Yeah.
What you looking at?
I'm just looking on your desk from afar.
Oh, right, okay. I honestly do not know.
You know, when I'm looking for something, I can't stop.
I know, which is a good thing. Because I just have cursory looks. Right, let's clean off that sand dune. And now I'm going for Portobello. And then once we've stamped a few of that, I think we're probably.
Teresa says she's watching an episode of King of Queens every night before bed.
Oh, it's good, isn't it?
And Linda Park says, could Miss P post on the group her favourite VersaFine Claire ink pad colours?
Sand dune. Sand dune and black. If I absolutely had to take two VersaFine colours to a desert island, it would be sand dune and black. Speaking of such, if you had to grab 3 distress colours, what would you grab? Which ones would you grab? I'll tell you what I'd grab. I'd grab Rusty Hinge, Salvaged Patina, and Rusty Hinge, Salvaged Patina, and Vintage Photo, I think, probably. Yeah. Tell me what yours would be.
Kelly Bernhardt says hello from South Africa.
Hello, Kelly.
She's sitting sorting out her ephemera while listening.
Ah, that's a good job to do. You'll feel much better once your ephemera's sorted, I can tell you.
Mary Dunn says the gnomes are holding it for beer ransom. Your stamps, I presume she's on about.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm still doing Portobello. What you doing? What you doing, woman?
Dawn Grove says walnut stain.
Yeah, you see, I don't get walnut stain. It always goes kind of green for me. Don't know why.
Debbie Harmon says vintage photo black and salvage patina.
Yeah.
Liz Butner, iced spruce, vintage photo and peeled paint.
Wow. Oh, peeled paint, yeah.
Terry likes candied apple.
Candied apple. I like candied apple too.
Peg likes picked raspberry, lost shadow and vintage photo.
Oh, yeah, that's a nice
what about
one.
Scorched timber? You didn't think of
Oh, I
timber.
did not.
So basically we just need to grab them all 76 or whatever there is.
Yeah. I don't have them all. I know, shocking, but true.
Judy had grabbed ground espresso, black soot and faded jeans.
Can't believe it, Judy, your
Got to have
choice.
Got to have a blue.
Faded jeans is the best blue, I think.
Sinead's rusted hinge, vintage photo and frayed burlap.
Yeah.
Linda Parker's vintage photo.
She's
Stephanie
only taking
Smith
one.
from Colorado says she would grab Uncharted Mariner, candied apple and peeled paint.
Yeah.
And Donna says hopefully we'll all end up on the same desert island. Could you use each other's?
Very good point. Very good point. Right, there we are. We've got some frames down, some label frames. Rather more green than anything.
Wendy says faded jeans and scorched timber and no idea.
Ah, I was waiting. I was hanging on that.
I know, on the third.
Let's just pop that to the side while we put these stamps away.
Jan Perry says she's been trying to sort out her crafting supplies.
Good luck.
It's a bit unbelievable how much I have. So many duplicates because I can't find them.
Yeah, well, I feel that coming upon. No, I'm not buying another.
Teresa is peanut feathers. Peanook? What's a peanook? A peacock feathers, cracked pistachio and aged mahogany.
Now that is an interesting combo, isn't it?
Yeah, Belinda says it's impossible to choose only 3. Well, that's the challenge, isn't it?
That's a
Choosing
challenge. That's a challenge, girl.
3. Jen, chocolate chip coffee and vanilla ice cream ever. I think you're inventing your own colours there, Jen.
What?
Well, we all know it would be gin,
Gin.
tonic and a slice of lemon.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, we're cruel to Jen. Right, well, I also looked out these. I don't know if you can see them. They're just little flowers. And I'm wondering if they will fit in to any of these. That is the question.
Judy G is
Judy.
vintage photo, antique linen and faded jeans.
Who say that to me again?
Judy G, vintage photo, antique linen and faded jeans.
Yeah.
Roz, rusty hinge, vintage photo and maybe black. Kaylee Bernard, cracked pistachio, lost shadow and rusty hinge.
Interesting.
And Gonnie, rusty hinge, scorched timber, black soot. Oh, she likes a grunge, doesn't she, Gonnie?
Yeah, she does.
And Stephanie, I agree, the sand dune is amazing.
It is. It just is. Right, so I'm going back to this section here, which is my shady lane.
And Renee's just joined us. I'm rather late. Oh, we're not doing dangles today, not that I mind.
Yeah, we're doing the components of the dangles. So I really want this to be a good stamp, because otherwise then it'll botch up my frame. So it's just a little flower that fits in there kind of perfectly.
We're mass making at the minute, Renee.
Yeah, we're mass making. But this isn't everything that we're doing today. We're going to do 2 components of our... That's fine. 2 components. Wow, it says peony down the bottom. That's detail for you. There's going to be 4 components, I think, in all in my dangles. And today I'm aiming to get 2 of the components done. Tomorrow we'll do the rest and assemble them. And hopefully you'll think it was worth 2 lives. I think it might be.
Louise is iced spruce, picked raspberry and spiced marmalade.
Iced spruce, picked raspberry and spiced marmalade. That's an interesting.
Yeah. And Candice is salvage patina, shaded lilac and crushed olive.
Wow. I'd never have chosen those for you, Candice. I don't know what I'd have chosen, but not those. I've also got this. Let's just see what fits. What fits where? Do they fit? Oh, it's just a bit too... Does that fit in there? Oh, there's a van or something outside. It might be my boyfriend. Does that fit in there? No. Does that fit in there? Yes. I'll have to use this one then. Oh. Got to change my ink. Try and keep up, dear. Where am I moving to now? Black.
Renee says those stamps are gorgeous, I love them.
Yeah, they're cute, aren't they?
And Stephanie is wild honey and spiced marmalade are 2 of my faves.
Yeah, wild honey and fossilised amber are very interesting colours. They're almost chameleon colours. And another one like that is brushed corduroy. It never gets the glory that it deserves, brushed corduroy.
And Mary only has walnut stain and vintage photo, so you can't play the game.
You can say what you wish you could take.
We said, which 3 would you grab?
Yeah, that's true. So, that just doesn't fit in there. It doesn't matter how I try and slice and dice it, it doesn't fit. But they look quite nice, don't they? So now I'm going to have to move on to the smaller ones. And see if they want to fit. It just wants to fit. Shady Lane. Mr. F's like looking under my feet and everything. Look at that. It says Daisy. So I'll do 2 of these. Well, that one is a duffer anyway. I might have to come back to that one if that's the only one. Oh, I could do it in black, couldn't I? When I'm here, does that fit? I've got other ones I think that might fit that one, to be honest. So let's, what's this? What's this one, and does it fit? I don't know, I can't see. I'm going to have to take the... Yeah, it fits. So let's use that one. These are cute little stamps, aren't they? I got them off Amazon ages ago. Oh no, the word doesn't fit. Let's just wipe that off then. Whatever it is, Iris I think it says. It doesn't fit, so I'll have to wipe that off. Quite nice. Wipe the word off again.
Dawn Grove, can I ask where you bought that acrylic block with the handle?
I didn't buy it. Oh, that's not great, but never mind. It's not disastrous, I don't think. Mr. F made it for me. But alas, you still can't make them, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It's the middle of the diddles I can't make.
Ah, yeah.
Belinda, frayed burlap, speckled egg and peel paint.
Yeah.
If I could only choose 3.
Nice. Nice choice. They don't fit there.
And Dawn says you're a handy guy, Mr. F.
He's a handy guy to know. I can tell you. So just go in and go, I can't do. What? What can't you do? And then he finds a way. It's amazing. He's amazing.
Judy says, Dawn, the handle is painted to resemble Miss P's look at the time he made it. Yes, she had purple hair.
I did. I might even have it again. Who knows? I think that, yeah, that fits in there great. So let's do that. I think at the end of this, I'm going to have, you know, all of these dangles are not going to fit in one journal, are they? So I'm going to have some spare in my stash pile, which is great. Let's just do a couple of them. Lovely, that is nice. Any more for any more? Anything fit anywhere else? I think I've used up all the really thin ones. Yeah, I think I have. Does that fit in there? Oh, so close, but no. No, it doesn't. So, right, okay. Could have had a blue flower, couldn't I? I could, or without pushing the boundary too far. Let's use that one. Let's use the blue. It's starting to fill up.
And Dawn says, how often do you do lives?
Well,
You've caught us in a rich vein.
yeah, sometimes we don't do lives for months on end. It largely depends on how I feel. Sometimes I don't feel up to doing a live. Sometimes, like now, and Jen suggested this, just as I was getting over feeling not very well, and I was like, yeah, let's do that. That's a great idea. I mean, we used to do one every week, didn't we, on a Sunday? But, okay, that's me finished, I think, with the flowers. So, we've got some sunflowers. Not sunflowers, we don't have any sunflowers. So the next thing is I need some kind of words, numbers, something to go on there. So I think I'm going to have to revert to my frequently used stamp books and see what I've got that's going to go in there. Baggage check room. Okay, that fits. I haven't got a really little one, have I? No. I'm just going through seeing what I've got. Stamp. Does that fit on there? Fit on there though. Tag number.
Judy G says she missed the Sunday lives. And
Yeah.
Jen says you could do Saturday and Sunday.
Jen, you is pushing your luck, girl. That's a nice one. Where does that fit? Does that fit there? Does that fit there? I think so. I don't mind if there's duplicates. I'm okay with duplicates. Does that fit there? No, it's too long. What about that? Too long, just by a whisker. Oh no. Does that fit in there? No. Name of remitter. That would fit in there. This little one. It's so cute. Surely it fits somewhere. It'll go in there, look like that. So I'm just up at one end at the minute. There's plenty more to mess with. Oh, there's that one with the 5 stars. I love that one. It's a bit, yeah. Yes. Right. Let's stamp. So this is Portobello. Like I say, I don't mind if I've got duplicates because I only need so many for this journal. Lovely. So I'll do 2 the same. Ooh, picked up tag number inadvertently. My frequently used stamps are in a dreadful mess. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Well, you can if you want.
Jen says, are we making spine dangles or tag dangles or both?
Tag dangles. Tag dangles, that's what we're making. Sand dune. Yeah, making tag dangles, Jen. Oh, that's nice. No, I don't need any more in sand dune, but I could add some more in, say, what's that? That's brown, isn't it? Let's do that then. It's quite a short stamp for this, but we'll be all right. And if I've got a choice, now I've remembered, I want them down this end because we're going to put the hole at the top. They're not exactly straight, but that's fine. Don't worry unduly about such trivia. Life's just too short. That is sand dune, but have I got any brown in that? No. So I can put the brown away. Sand dune. My favourite VersaFine colours, Linda. I know you asked a sensible question. I gave you a silly answer. Definitely sand dune. I definitely like this strawberry. It's a lovely red. And Nocturne, obviously, the black. They're probably my favourites. Probably the ones that I would go to. Let's do a blue one. I like this blue as well. It's called Paradise. It's a really nice blue. It's a bright blue.
Judy's going to take orders for the stamping block for me.
That's not square either, but it's fine. The thing's moved. The mount has moved. on the stamp. Right, I finished with the blue. I've got everything there done. Black probably next. It says name of remitter.
Terry says the labels are coming to life as we watch.
I know, it's amazing, isn't it? It's amazing. That's probably me finished with that in black. But I've got a portobello here. Oh, there it is. Stay there. Oh, it's upside down now. Ah, that's interesting. We'll just turn around.
It wouldn't really matter, you could turn it around when you cut it out.
Yeah, that's true. That's so true. Right, so what else have I got? I've got this one that says stamp. And that's Shady Lane, so let's go back to Shady Lane. Yeah, Shady Lane actually as well. I really like Shady Lane. I love it, in fact. It's a really, really nice, just a lovely, lovely colour. Stamp. Yep. And let's do another stamp. So this is a job, it's kind of, I don't know, I'd describe it as a Saturday afternoon job. I don't know why.
Yet here we are on a Friday evening.
And yet here we are on a Friday evening. Yes. Is that going to fit on there? I think so.
Dawn says, Miss P, do you think that printables are the way of the future? I'm wondering why Timmy doesn't do paper packs anymore.
Well, he does the backdrops, which are great. I actually prefer them to the paper pads. Oh, look at that. That's excellent. But printables must have knocked everybody who sells paper pads. Yeah, must have done. And the joy of printables is you can print them at any size to suit your project. You can print them again and again and again. So I don't know really. There's still something nice about getting a paper pad. I mean, yeah, you've got to work out if it's double-sided, which side you want to use and all that. But that's, I don't know, it's kind of part of it. So I'll do my baggage check room. So yes and no, I suppose, is the answer to that. But I do like Tim's backdrops. And actually, the further into grunge I get, the more I like them. The ones that I didn't like at first, I didn't used to like the number 2 particularly, and the Halloween I never used to like. Well, now I do.
Renee says she doesn't like printing paper, and Candice can't understand why they don't do both. Not everybody can print, so I think there's a market for both.
Yeah, I think some girls offer a printing service. I think Angela Kerr does. For one, you can buy it either digitally or she'll print it out and post it to you, which is a great service. I can't think of too many other people that do that. But I'm not saying that other people don't do it. I just can't think of any off the top of my head. I like printables because you've got the choice. You can print them onto card, paper, print them 100%, print them 600% if you want to do it on several sheets. Oh, I love that one. That's my favourite. Right, I'm going to use that now.
It's probably a business opportunity there, really, isn't it? If you contacted all these people that make printables and had a printing service,
yeah,
and they get a royalty every time
Yeah.
one sent out. Because they would effectively get the same money as they do by selling a printable,
Yeah.
by selling a set of the papers already printed. And then you make your money off the markup because you've printed it.
Yeah. I think that the
Like mooncake type thing.
yeah, I think the postage has something to do with it as well. But I noticed that Angela keeps hers down to letter, what we call a letter in this country. So it really does keep the cost of postage down. But, you know, then you're not any better off than had you bought a paper pad, to be honest, because you've just got what you've got. I really like these stars. Can you tell? Seem to have a lot of stars going on. And these ones, they're Portobello. So I'm going to have some Portobello stars. So we've got some different ones. For sure we have.
Linda Johnson says she got a journal kit at Joanne's Crafts today, $7. Fun to work on while she's in Ohio. But she didn't bring a cutting board or scoring board.
Ah, scissors. That's nice, isn't it? Yeah, I enjoy both. There's still something magical about even Tim's backdrops, opening it up and smelling the paper and feeling the paper, and yeah, I don't know. I'm sure I'm not the only one. So there we go. We've got some labels, so that we've got some components of our dangles, dingly dangles. I'll leave the black out because I'm always using this, and I'll put these other ones away out of my right. So it's just a question really of cutting those up and putting them in a pot until we need to use them, which hopefully will be tomorrow. So that's the stamped element. You use whatever label stamps you've got, whatever stamps you've got to fill them up. Whatever you do will be fine, absolutely fine. So let's lay that to one side while we begin to work on component 2. Right, tin foil. No, I'm not going to make a hat with it. Do not worry. This is mixed media paper, but it doesn't have to be. I had it lying down here beside me. I just wanted something that was fairly sturdy, and this is, I don't know what it is, 250 I'll say it's 250. And this is ordinary kitchen foil. It says strong, but it's from a cheap shop, so it's probably not that strong in reality. Strong kitchen foil. So ordinary is what I'm trying to say. Just, you don't have to go buy anything special.
Candy says you got no red ones on there, Miss P.
I know, because I'm going to do the red ones on craft, because if you remember when we did the Gingy, he was on craft. So I'll do those before tomorrow. So they're ready for us tomorrow.
Terry says the blue pops.
Blue doesn't have pop, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know where I put my black thing that I was scraping the glue on with. Where did that go now? Oh my goodness, everything is lost. Okay, Mr. F, where's that then?
What are you lost now?
My black scraper thing that I was scraping with. Is there anything else up there that will do the job?
Was it one of the cutting boards?
I think it was, wasn't it? It had a beveled edge.
I've got the other one.
That's great. I think this is for cutting a die cutting machine that we don't have anymore. So what I'm going to do with this is crumple it. Don't crumple it into Kingdom Come, but crumple it. So you can see it's reflecting the light at all different angles, and it looks nice like that. We're not going to be left with that texture, unfortunately, but we will be left with something. And then I want to put some glue down on there and stick my foil onto it. Is that enough? Yeah, I'd say so probably. Let's just do a little bit more down there just in case. Then I'm going to get this. Get any spreader that you've got. I wouldn't recommend using your cutting mat. But like I say, this is one for a machine we no longer have. So there we are. I've spread the glue out. Now I'm going to put my foil down. And press it out as you go. So a lot of those wrinkles that we put in look like they've disappeared, but it's not smooth, which is what you want. You don't want it smooth. And see all the wrinkles that's still on it? Looks groovy, doesn't it? So just give it a bit of a brayer down so it's quite tight onto the thing, and you've got rid of any air pockets that's in there. Cut off any excess. There's a little bit down here, cut that off as well. Now it's up to you at this stage. You can leave this to dry if you want, because there's always a risk that the ink's going to smooch out. I'm cavalier. I'm going ahead with it, and I'm going to die cut some shapes in there. There we go. Is that going to fit into my board? Wow, perfectly. So if it does smooch out, this will catch it. This is washable, you know, just wash it off. And what I'm going to use are these, which are Tim Holtz Thinlits set for Sizzix. It's set 662423 and they're called gift tags. Of course, we know that they're tags for our journal. So let's just tip these out and space them out. Is that all of them? I think so. So just pop these out onto here. So you get some circular, you get some little ones, you get some larger ones. We can use them all. So I'll just put them around the place. I've got room for that one. I'm sure these must fit on here. They must. There we go. They do, just nicely. Okay. Ooh, that's a bit near the edge. So I'm just going to cut this on my Gemini, but whatever die cutting machine you've got will do the job. I'm trying to avoid having to put mint tape on them, but I'm going to have to be careful because the foil makes them quite shiny, quite skiddy.
Your hand on top?
No, I think I'm alright. Yeah, I'm alright. I think so. The
Just be careful
suckers,
about the brown ones
I
now.
know. I think it'll be alright. The suckers don't work so well because I kept it in the on the carpet in the living room. So it's picked up a load of fluff, it needs washing. Right, there we go. That should be about it. So, there we have it. That doesn't feel gluey to me. Doesn't look like there's any residue down there. Maybe a little bit there. Well, something and nothing. But you know, if you think yours is gluey, just take your cutting blade to the sink and give it a wash out. They are plastic. You won't hurt it. So let's just pop these out. See what we got. Very nice. They all look very nice. And now the fun starts. Now this is the fun time. Okay. Oh, that's one there. And that's one there. Have I got them all? I think so now. Let's just pop out that little hole. And then next time they'll be ready to go. There we go. So that can go away. These can go back in the wallet. And let the party begin.
Do you want to pick some up so we can see them? Because all we can see really is the shine off the foil.
Okay. There we are. So they're just tin foil, just not smooth, and they're attached to card. That's it. Haven't done anything weird and wonderful at this stage. I just stuck some crumpled tin foil onto some card and die cut them. That's all I did. Right, okay, so now what I need is my embossing colours. I need this. I need an embossing pen. And maybe some stamps. Now, you think that stays on, you could stamp on tin foil and when it's dry, you would think it's dry. Well, I can tell you, it is dry to the touch. You can rub it and everything else doesn't come off. But as soon as you apply the embossing, oh look, I've got some more here from previously. As soon as you apply this, it just melts away. So it doesn't work. So first off, let's do some that don't have a stamp on, and then I'll show you how I approach the stamping problem, given that the stays on doesn't work. It doesn't work for me anyway. So, need to select some colours. So let's go for peeled paint. Yes, lovely. And scorched timber, if I can. Scorched timber, yeah. And I've also got some here that says brass regular. I'm going to go for that too. First one I'm going to put on is the peeled paint. So these are the Tim Holtz embossing glazes. I'll show you soon why I prefer these to the ordinary embossing powders. So I'm just going to go around here, and I'm not going to do the whole thing. Just going to do a bit of it. Maybe a bit down this side as well. Pour my embossing powder on. And let's just emboss that. Let's just move that. So I'll just warm that up for a couple of seconds. Oh no!
You need some different tweezers or something.
No, it's just that the cable from the hot thing's in my way. I don't want to melt the cable particularly. So just be patient and it'll go. It's starting to go now. Yeah, thank you very much. So I'll just show you a couple of these. I'll just give you the gist of it. There we are, so that's gone. So you can see it, it's there. It's very, very pale. Very pale. So I'm just going to wait till that cools a little, and I'm just going to go over that and put some more down. In fact, I might just put it over the whole thing. I mean, if I miss any bits, it really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all because we're going to come in again. So that should be more or less the whole thing. Put that there. Cover it all. Oh, my tweezers have ceased being good. There we are, that's all right. Heat that up.
Your embossing pen.
Uh-huh. So that's gone pretty much everywhere. It's darker where I'd done one coat already. That's fine, it's cooled down a little bit. So I've finished with this as far as I know. So let's put that back into the pot and get out the scorched timber, which is just lovely, and it does actually have a, I don't know, it's kind of got a greeny cast to it, I think. I've always thought that. So now I'm just going to do the scorched timber in places, not everywhere, just various places. Just dash dot kind of thing, and we'll see where it is when we put this on. Whoa, got enough on there? I think so. Right, we'll melt that, see what it looks like. Fingers are hot. Right, that's all melted, and it looks pretty good really. It looks nice and patchy. But do I want any more? I don't think I do really. I've got one more coat still to come, so let's put the scorched timber away.
Jen says, did anybody say, or did somebody ask, if we use metallic cardstock will the embossing powders work?
Don't know, Jen. Haven't tried it. Please try it. Let me know tomorrow. That's your homework. So now I'm going to get this brass out. I can't get my fingers in here to sprinkle. My fingers are just too big. Pot's too little actually. Let's put it that way. So I'm just going to pour a little bit out onto this paper so as I can grab some to sprinkle. Leave that over there. Heat this up. So what we've already applied is molten. Otherwise you'll put something on, put that powder on and it won't adhere. So that should be hot enough now. So I'm just going to get a little sprinkling of this. Just put that over the top, like that. And then melt that on. Too hot. Come on, there's one bit there that just won't go. That's it.
Dawn says, is there a rusty hinge embossing powder?
There is. I'll show you it next. Out of curiosity. There's a gap there where my tweezers have been. But I'm afraid to say I need the tweezers. So that's that. It's pretty nice. Look how shiny it is. So that's one done. It's one. Let's put this brass back in here. And I'll use rusty hinge for the next one. But you see, because we've used the glazes, you can. This foil is still shining through it. It's really light. You can see there's a lot of light in the background. Let's put some glue on, otherwise we're not doing anything. So I'm going to get out, what's that, vintage photo. I'm going to get out rusty hinge. Where are you? Rusty. Oh, lost Rusty. Is that Rusty? No, that's the same one you picked up before. It's vintage photo. Is that Rusty? Yeah, rusty hinge. Let's get the salvage patina out. And maybe tattered rose. Seems a bit unlikely, but it might work. Let's move to a slightly bigger tag. Seeing as we've got 3 colours. Pen. So first off, I'm going to use the tattered rose, I think. Pretty universally, I would say. Maybe not. I'm not taking my time to make sure it's everywhere, but just scribble on that.
Louise says, Miss P, have you seen the Timmy Tiny hands for embossing?
Yeah, we had some of those.
We've got some.
I know, I don't know where they are.
I don't know where they
I'm
are.
going to use the tattered rose.
I see them the other day.
Oh, did you?
Searching for something else you'd lost.
So this is going to be our sort of base colour, if you like. Just a little bit there. So let's heat set that. Move my fingers. Oh, don't fall down. Oh no. Well, it's a good job it's just the base colour. Come on. Oh. Oh my goodness me, what is going on? Alright, well that was a bit of a botch job. Let's just go a little bit over here. I don't want to pick up the powder on my pen particularly, but I can always clean it off. Let's go back into the tattered rose and pour some onto there. And hopefully not drop it this time. And it doesn't matter if it's uneven. In fact, it gives a nicer effect if it's not. It's starting to go. It's going, it's going. It's going, it's going. It's gone. Lovely. That's that. I don't think I want any more. You can see just that it's tattered rose, but it hasn't covered that foil at all. I'm going to put this back in the pot. I'm not sure that I've finished with it, but I've finished with it for the moment. Then I'm going to get the rusty hinge out. So let's open that one up and just do a part of it, so around the edge, just little marks really.
Pixie, you may have answered this, but does it have to be the embossing glazes, or can you use regular embossing powders?
I'll show you why I use the glazes in a sec. The more you do this, the hotter your heat tool gets and the quicker it goes. Hopefully before you burn your fingers off. So that's that. That's that. So that's the rusty hinge on top of the tattered rose. I don't think I want any more of that. And I did look at my Salvage Patina embossing glaze, but actually I'm going to use, which is translucent, same as these, but I'm going to use this one, which is a Nouveau embossing. Now this is not a glaze, this is opaque, so you'll see the difference that this is. It stops you seeing the foil. You might as well not bother using the foil because you can't see through it, it's opaque. So heat that up so it's good and hot. Then sprinkle some of this on. Heat that up and we'll see what we've got. Might have to go back and put some more rusty hinge or something on. We'll see. That's that. And that's the effect that you get. And I think that's gorgeous. I love that. But I think it probably needs some more rusty hinge. So I'll just wait for that to cool down a little bit. I'm going to leave that because you never know, I might need some more of that after I've put the rusty hinge on. Oh, there's another cutting die that I missed. It needs to go away. So I'm just going to let that cool. It is cool now. I can pick it up so I can put this on. And I'm just going to go around various parts. And I might have to come back in with the turquoise. Let's put some rusty hinge over that. See what gives. So yeah, I mean, there's no point using tin foil if you're going to use opaque. Oh, that's looking nice. If you're going to be using opaque powders, because you might as well just do it on card. You're not gaining that luminescence that you get from the tin foil. And just keep going. If you don't like it, add another layer of embossing glaze. Just like any mixed media project, just keep going till you're happy with the result. There we are. I think I'm pretty happy with that result. I quite like that. I think that's quite nice. So, that's that one. Let's put the rusty hinge back in. I mean, that's definitely my favourite combo I love that combination. And I know by listening to what you've just said, you like it too. So that's how to do it like that. Let me show you what happens if you use just the opaque ones, and you'll see it's a waste of time using the foil. But you can, I mean, you can still get some nice results, but it's just a waste of time using the foil. There we are. So let's just sprinkle it with this turquoise, seeing as that's a really nice colour. This takes longer to go than the glaze. It's on its way. That's that. So I'll show you in a sec when that cools down a wee bit that really having the tin foil, it's just a step you don't need to take if you're going to be using opaque embossing powder. You just don't need to do it. So let's warm that up, and then let's sprinkle something else that is opaque into it. So I've got this copper. It's a Paper Mania embossing powder in copper. So I can get my fingers in there, so we're all right. So let's warm this up. Let's hang on to it. Warm that right up. I think that's probably all right. Sprinkle some copper into it. Just sprinkle it, that's all you need. It makes a real difference. Heat that up. There we go. So that's that one. So yeah, I might as well just have used card. I mean, it's lovely. I love it. I love the copper and the salvage patina type colour. But it's kind of ordinary. So what I want to show you now, so that's basically using I mean, this is a bit of a whistle stop tour, to be honest. Could have done with 3 hours just on this. So the next thing I want to show you is if we want to stamp and then use the translucent glazes, which you can do with the translucent glaze because you can see through it. That's the beauty of it. And yeah, we can see through to the foil, but what about stamping? And I've already told you that stamping with stays on even doesn't work. So let's find a stamp. It doesn't matter what it is particularly. Let's use this one. It could be a word, it could be a number, it could be anything. I mean, this, as you can see, is way larger than our thing, but that's fine. So I'm going to stamp it on with ink, and I'll use archival, not for any reason, it's just I've got it out. So I can't work out quite where that's going to go, so let's give it a good inking. And stamp that on wherever you think, wherever feels good to you. Let's do it on the front. There. And be careful because it's skiddy. The foil is really skiddy. There we are. So we've got not a bad stamp there actually. I'll leave that there to be cleaned. Now I want to put black or clear or anything on there. Where's my black? Here's my black. I've got some Ranger black, but you could put clear on. That would work just as well. And what we're going to do is make that stamp stay put. Because I was scratching my head. How could I get it to work? But then it dawned on me I could actually emboss it in place. You see, it's great. So let's put that black away because that looks like it could do some damage, doesn't it? And we'll emboss that in place, and then we can go ahead and do whatsoever we wish to this. Hopefully. Hopefully it won't move. That was the experience I had earlier today anyway. It's hard to tell when it's gone. It's really hard to tell. Is that gone?
Linda says this is super cool, Diane Nelson, awesome idea to emboss the stamp.
Well, it's the only way I can think of to get it to stay on there.
Kerry Brett says, oh, looks fabulous, Miss P. And Donna says, you're brilliant, Miss P.
Thanks, Donna. I'll go with you. Thank you, girls. Right, so now onto that. We definitely just want to put the embossing glazes on because we've taken time to get this stamp. We don't want to wreck it all, you know, hide it all. So we just want embossing glazes. So what shall we use? Well, I've got so many. I've got this one. That's nice. Fossilized amber and peeled paint. That's a nice combination. Shall we use them? What's that? That's vintage photo. I keep picking it up, so I'm going to use fossilized amber first. So with my pen, I'm going to go over this entire shebang. And look at that. It's not moving a millimetre. It's stuck there forever. Fantastic. We've solved that problem.
Like it's frozen in amber.
Like it's frozen in amber. I wish I'd taken the lid off that, but I didn't. So I'm just going to pour this on. This is one of these colours we were talking about before when I asked you about the what would you take to a desert island. I don't quite know what that inclusion is. Oh, I think it might be one of the little things out of the tops. Fossilized amber's a bit of a kind of chameleon type colour. It's looking for my heat gun. It's a strange colour. Can change with whatever you put it with. So I'll get that to go first. There we are, it's going. So that looks like that. So it has been coloured. And while that's still hot, I'm just going to pour on some more. Wherever it hits is fine. Don't fret about it being even or uneven coverage, doesn't matter. That's that. Pop that there while I put this away. He's brought out 6 new and it's all right now, it's not too hot. New embossing glaze colours, one of which is evergreen bough, one is frayed burlap, can't remember what the others are. I think I'm just going to sprinkle from now on. So I've got Vintage Photo and this one, Peel Paint. I'll go for peeled paint first. So I'm going to heat it up so it's good and hot. Won't take long. Then I'm going to take my heat, the fan of my heat away, sprinkle some green on, a little bit more than that possibly. And don't worry about it, it will go translucent when you dry it. It looks like it won't, but it will. Trust me. Trust me. I'm a doctor. I'm not, actually. There we are. So that's that. Now, I think I'm going to add some Vintage Photo to it, just for the hell of it. Oops. So just get that good and piping hot again. Oh, I probably want something like brass. Where's my brass gone? Is that the brass? Yeah, could you open that one for me, please? Thanks. So I'm going to put some Vintage Photo on here. And it looks like you've obscured everything. You've broken it. It's awful. But no, we're good. We're good. And now Mr. F's just put me some brass out. So I'm just going to remove the heat, pick some of this up, just drop it in. Look at it. It's so hot it's almost embossing itself. But the brass, bear in mind, is opaque. So you can't see through where the brass is. So I'll show you that as a really good example. Phew. Come here. Come here. Thank you. Right, let's remove that. So there we are. You can see that all the opaque ones lie on top of each other. The bottom one, the fossilized amber, is still shining through. You could have added more green, more brown, and it still would have been completely transparent. As soon as you add the brass, that is not transparent, it's opaque, and now I can't see my stamp through it. So that's the decision that you have to make. I could have sprinkled that on more finely, definitely I could, and it wouldn't have obscured it quite so much. But that's a really good example of, was it Peg, I think, was asking if you could use just ordinary embossing powders. No, definitely not if you want to see the stamp through them. So that's kind of the gist of that. I mean, that's going to look gorgeous on a tag, don't you think? On a dangle. I love that. But let me show you the other ones. Could you just pull the camera in a wee bit, please, while I show them the fruits of my labours. That's the one we did earlier, which is also really lovely. And that's the one we did with the opaques, which to me looks a bit, I don't know, I don't like it just with the opaques. It's just too... Focus? Thank you. That's not focused, is it?
I think it is. It's just we're on the limits of...
If I put it onto cream, will it like that better?
Possibly. Yes, it's looking like it does.
Yeah, I think... I'm not altogether convinced that's...
Well,
It's focusing on my hand. Oh,
well, I can't...
No.
Just because more blurry. I can't get any nearer for you, I'm afraid.
I think that's all right.
You'd have
So-
to lift them up rather than me zoom in.
Yeah, so this is the one we did first. Really nice. This is the one we did with opaque. It's okay. Not so sure I'd use it. I think I'd go back in again with something to obscure some of this salvage patina colour. But that's the joy of this. You can just heat it up, add more, keep adding more. And that one I just did, didn't I, to show you about the opaque, the opacity. Now these are the ones that I did earlier when I was playing. so you can see the sort of colours that I like. I mean, I love that one, that's gorgeous. That one actually, I put the tinfoil through an embossing plate that had leaves on it. I wouldn't recommend it. You can't really see the leaves, to be honest, or the embossing. You're as well just to crinkle it. That one, I don't really like it. The 3's a bit too big. That one, I don't like. That's all opaques. That one is rather nice.
Just pull that down a bit.
Can you see that? That is just gorgeous. This one. Now that, where the tinfoil is itself, is lost shadow. I don't know where to bring this to you so you can see it. And it just looks like tinfoil, to be honest. I could have used clear. And that's chipped sapphire, the blue colour. This one, age-old favourite colours. These are the greens. Blue with the fossilised amber. A bit of gold on the top. You can just see the leaves, can't you, that I used for the embossing folder. So choice is yours. Stick it through an embossing folder if you want to. That one, that's Lost Shadow. Don't know, jury's out. That one, I put 2 numbers on that one. It's the greenies. Green and Scotch Timber. This one, which may well be my favourite actually, and it's just really plain. It's just rusty hinge. But you can really see the embossing there, can't you? So, as I say, the choice is yours of what you want to do. Just beware that if you don't leave it to dry, your embossing folder may get a bit sticky. But, you know, the plastic, they will wash. This one, I really like that one. It's chipped sapphire and antique linen and a bit of hickory smoke to boot. It's nice. And this one, which is the precursor to the one we've just done, except I didn't put any bronze in it, so you can see the entire stamp. Now these need going somewhere to flatten out. They're not bad, but they could do with flattening out a bit. That one is the star make, and you can see the difference from where I've put the opaque brass in that one and not in that one. That, to my mind, is superior. That I would have no problem hanging from a dangle that we make. And so my task tomorrow morning is to make more of these to go on the dangles. Not exactly that, I'll use different stamps, but using that technique. Stamp onto it with a permanent ink. I don't know, I didn't try distress ink, so I can only tell you what I did. Stamp on with a permanent ink, sprinkle over either black or clear or whatever colour suits you, and emboss that. Heat emboss the stamp, and then start with all your funny business. And I mean, look at that. It's really nice. I like that.
I suppose in theory you could probably rescue that other one by stamping it again and just doing the black. You would put the stamp on top of the bronze.
Yeah. Well, you can try that if you want to. There's lots of things there for you to try, I think. But in answer to the question, can you just use ordinary opaque embossing powders? Not if you want that look. If you want that look, no, you can't. But you will end up with something that looks like that, which is also really pretty. But no need to put it on foil. Just use ordinary card. You just, you know, it's a waste of time putting it on foil. So I hope you've learnt something. I've learnt loads today because this was my first time trying to stamp and use embossing glaze and all sorts of things. So I've figured out solutions to things today. And, you know, it culminated in that, and it was worth it as far as I'm concerned. Okay, that's that. What do people say? Do they like, they not like?
I think they like. Peg likes the dimension the embossing folder gave.
Yeah,
Uh,
that rusty hinge one.
Diane says, can you stamp on top of the opaque ones?
Don't know. I really don't know.
I would imagine you probably could, as long as you then emboss
Yeah.
it again, otherwise it would just rub off the...
Shall we try it?
Yeah, I would imagine it would just run off the...
Shall I try that one?
Is that
Because
opaque
that's
stuff?
very opaque.
Yeah, it's a nice big one.
Yeah.
I'll come out again a bit, as long as you'll have no room to work.
So, oh no, here's the stamp here. Way, hello. So I'll just use the same stamp because it's on there already. Got dropsy tonight.
I would imagine it would stamp, but I would imagine if you didn't seal it with a...
Yeah, you'd have to emboss it, I think. And I don't quite know what's going to happen to the embossing powder when this melts as well. But we'll see. It's an interesting experiment.
It is.
So I'll open my black, stamp this on there, if you can, if it's possible to stamp it on there. Oh, I'm upside down. I'm all upside down. It's just maybe not quite wide enough, but it's
well,
all
the
right.
hole's to the left, so you're probably sideways
It's
on.
sideways on then. It doesn't matter, it's an experiment. So I'm giving that plenty time to get onto there. Oh, it's stamped nicely.
If that's to fully dry, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. Stays on probably would work. Stays on. Where's my tweezers? Where are my blooming tweezers gone? Oh, come on. Well, this is lunacy. Here they are. What they're doing over there, no idea. So let's put some black on that. So this is stone cold. Don't try and do this while it's warm. Otherwise the black will stick to everywhere it's warm. Well, that looks like it's going to go great. But we'll give it a try.
I mean, the stuff underneath might move, but that might add to the look.
Yeah, exactly. Let's put the lid on that black. It's really black, and I imagine if you spilt it would be the very devil. It's really hard to tell with this black when it's gone.
When it all slides off in a molten mass,
Yeah.
it's probably time to call it.
I think you're right. I think that's it. I think that's it. And in answer to your question, it seems to work really very well. I'll put that there. So there you go, there's another option for you. I'll leave that till it's cool. But there's no way that's coming off there because it's kind of embossed into the embossing. So it can't come off. You know, it's not like when it's dry it'll slide off. No way, that's not going to happen because it's actually, because of the heat on the background as well as on the black, it's embossed into the embossing. So yeah, I mean, by the looks of that, you could take any of these and stamp on them, and it looks mighty fine. I like it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying about the bronze one with the 25 on it.
Yeah,
If you re-stamped it over the top,
I know, but
it would rescue it.
it would, but I don't think I could re-stamp that in the exact place. You just can't see enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just can't see.
It's close enough. It'll be alright.
Do you want to have a try?
No, ignore me. I'm just filling in time.
Well, I think we've filled in enough time now. It's over an hour and a half. Loads of ideas there for you to have a go with. So now you know, if you haven't got any embossing glazes, you can do all that shenanigans. Then you can stamp on top. You can put any colour. I'm using black, but you can use any colour over the top and emboss it. So was that Heather? Was it that suggested that?
Diane was asking, could you stamp over the opaque?
Well, now Diane, we've answered the question. Yeah, you can. It looks nice. I think it looks nice.
Says, look nice, glad that worked.
Yeah.
Linda, wow, so fun, can't wait to make some. Lizanne, need to do that 25 on red for gingerbread.
Yeah, I know, that's so true. I think I'm going to have a go tomorrow morning as well at having a go with craft, and just see what happens. Because, I mean, there's all this started because I was sitting in the living room and I said to Mr. F, if you heated tin foil, would you get that annealing colour from it? You know, that like petrol in a puddle type look. And he said, I don't know. And then I said, how could you get embossing powder to stick to tin foil? And he said, I don't know. He said, I don't know why you're sitting here asking me these questions. Do what you always say to people, try it. So I shuffled along here and I tried it. And as you can see, some worked out okay, some not so good. That's what you'd expect when you're experimenting. But I learned as I went along. And I really like that we've just done, stamping on top of the opaque stuff. But I really like the one that's this one. I love it. It's kind of moody. But you learn, don't you? You know, if what you've got, Peg, I think it was, that liked the bright colours, if that's what you like, then use the bright colours. Don't try and shoehorn yourself into a corner that you don't fit in. Use the colours that you like. I mean, you can tell when you look at mine that I like, you know, rusty hinge, salvage patina, that sort of colour.
Esther Ackley says she's going to try it now.
Oh, good.
Lizanne's reminding people that alcohol inks work on tin foil.
Yes, yeah, they do.
But
whether when you come to use your embossing pen, if they'll still hold or not, I don't know. You've got to try that for yourselves. I honestly don't know.
No, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
And Lizanne... no, Judy's going to try glittery nail varnish and stickles.
Okay. Okay. Try what? Just experiment. Please experiment. That's kind of what... I'm loath to say that's what art's about, because I know as soon as I say art, you'll all freak on me and go, no, we can't do art. You can, that's the thing. It's just, if you don't like what you've got, add something else to it. You just, as long as it's hot, you can keep adding stuff. And as we've just discovered, at the end of the day, you can stamp on it and emboss that as well. So keep going. If you don't like your mixed media project, add another layer. And that's it. I've finished lecturing you now. You'll be glad to know. I've had a good, and I'd say productive day today. I've learnt some stuff, which is good.
Linda likes the goldish one with the leaves embossing.
Yeah. That one. That's a nice one.
Yeah.
It is nice. Yeah, I mean, I like that one. I really like this one. It's also got the leaves behind it, and you can just see them. They're really... but because of the foil, it's kind of translucent behind it, which I like. So, yeah.
It's like embossing on a mirror, I guess, isn't it?
I guess so.
The
It's
light
just bouncing the light back through it.
goes through, comes back.
Yeah, which is where the embossing glazes really come into their own. You know, they allow that light to bounce back. Anyway, that's quite enough of that. I'm sick of the sound of my voice tonight. So, I shall see you tomorrow when we will do Dangles Part 2. And there's nothing like this. It's nothing fancy. It's not fancy. In fact, it may even involve sorry to say this, but it may even involve a bit of a collage. It's not going to be a tricky-dicky one or anything. It's just a bit of a collage, okay? In the meantime, I'll try the craft paper. I'll do my labels for Gingy. And yeah, that's about it. And I'll make as many of these as I think I need for our
Fiona's
journal.
going to try on foil card tomorrow.
Yeah, do that. That'd be interesting.
Kelly, thank you so much for this. Really great, and definitely will try this. Can't wait to see the next part for the dangles to come to life.
Oh, thanks, Kelly.
Donna, thank you so much. The best fun ever. Justita's going to try it when she gets the stuff back in the craft room. Diane Nelson says thank you for trying out new techniques for us.
What's
Peg
it's
says
fun.
thanks, Miss P and Mr F.
Well, thank you all, because there'd be no
Kerry
point.
Betts, great experiment.
Thanks, Kerry.
Candice Night All.
Night, Candice. Thank you all for joining us. There'd be no point doing this if you weren't there, really, would there?
Roz and Jen say thank you very much.
Thank you,
Belinda
ladies.
says I bet tidbits is hiding under your desk.
Oh, I know.
On your desk under something.
Yeah,
Good luck finding it.
it'll pop up sometime when I'm not looking
See you
for it.
tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. So, for all you guys, I will see you tomorrow. Behave yourselves and remember to be kind.
Be safe, be kind.